friends, and welcome back to Peace, Mind, and Body for our podcast for Love and Light and How Tea Can Heal You. My special guest today is Tiarre Stromer, and she's been my client, my friend for almost 8 years. And thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me,
I
Aaliyah.
know, I know. This is like for us a dream come true from where you were working, and now we're here, and we're both loving our passion. And so tell me, TR, about your journey and who you are.
So again, thank you for having me
Yeah,
on your
of
podcast.
course, of course, my pleasure.
Again, I'm Tiarre Stromer, and I've been a Montclair resident for about 21 years. I also am a retired federal employee and just made the transition last year.
Yes, how did that feel?
It was very interesting. It was very interesting. I wasn't quite ready, but I know that I made the right steps.
Yeah. So, what inspired you to go into military?
So I joined the military partly because of family legacy, my grandfather, my
Mhm.
mother, my aunts and uncles, and partly for college money, just being truthful. I was interested in college and really knew that as the oldest of five children, it would be hard for my parents to afford to send me to any school that I wanted to. So the military was a great option for me, and it taught me a lot.
Oh, great. So, what do you enjoy the most about the military?
What did I enjoy the most? Definitely the travel,
Yeah.
the people.
Where have you
Um,
traveled?
I grew up in, let me see, I went to elementary school in Hawaii
Mm.
with my parents. We came back to the States for a while, and then we got orders right at the beginning of high school for Germany. So I ended up doing all of my high school years in Germany and first 2 years of college over there as well. So I fell in love with Europe.
Oh, I bet you traveled so many places. What was your favorite place to go? What country?
My favorite place was definitely Germany and there's different towns in Germany that I really enjoyed. Also got a chance to see Italy and the Czech Republic and France. France was
Nice.
Paris was interesting as well. And I remember vividly going to Euro Disney
Mm.
and remembering standing in line, and you have so many cultures and different languages around you in Paris, seeing something that we all have in common, that we all know what Disney is. So it was very fun.
Yeah. So, what was the challenge in the government for you? Was it
For
hard for women in the government? Was it challenging? Or were you accepted? Were you it was
I
kind
I feel that we were accepted, but there were standards and some, I would say, perceptions of what we could and couldn't do.
of
Um, I feel as though the military taught me how to be strong and navigate those spaces as I grew in my career. And it also taught me that I can walk in my confidence as well. I didn't have to take on someone else's possible perception of me. And
wow.
it took a lot of years and experience and navigating different types of workplaces from the military to then transferring to the government to get stronger. And there was always something to learn.
So now, how did you get into yoga? I mean, from military to there. So, what got you into yoga?
Sure. I had always been interested in yoga. I think I had read about yoga in different opportunities, and you see videos and things. And when we decided to move to Northern Virginia in Herndon, where we were, there was a Gold's Gym, and they specifically had a yoga course. So I decided to try it out. And that instructor was very kind and gave me some background of yoga, talked to me about why we do poses,
That's good
and
teacher there.
and helped me understand that it wasn't just a fitness thing, that it was a little bit more mindfulness attached to it. I stuck with it there for a while, and then we moved to Montclair. and I tried another yoga studio, or it was another yoga teacher at a Gold's Gym, but they had a different philosophy, and
Right.
it was more focused on the poses, and it seemed more intense than I was looking for.
Right.
So, and then I found my way here to your studio.
I love it. I mean, I remember the first time she came in here, and we clicked right after the class, and I think I asked her, because Peace Mind and Money, we like to ask you your purpose, why you do what you do, and she told me right off the bat that she wanted to do a vineyard. So yeah. So what made you decide to keep doing yoga?
I decided to keep doing yoga because this studio in particular became my home away from home.
Mm.
I
I've heard that a
felt
lot. Yeah, yeah.
I felt really calm here, really peaceful. I didn't feel um, as though I had to prove anything to anyone, and it helped me to be able to make peace in a chaotic, time.
Right.
You're working through work-life balance, raising children, being a spouse, being an employee. All those labels hit you at time to time, and this was a place where I can put the label away.
Has yoga changed your life in a different way? If so, how did it change in your roughest time?
That's a great question. I feel that yoga has given me the strength and the wisdom to just be. It has helped me understand that all these things could be happening around me, but I could still have the strength to be calm, to overcome the challenge, and find peace in different ways, whether it's
Right.
through my breathing, just recalling some of the techniques that I've learned here in class, and just understanding that the way that we move through the world does not have to be a huge challenge,
Right.
although you do have challenges that arise in your life.
I remember the first time when you had illness, and can you share a little bit about your illness?
Sure. So initially, I didn't feel sick at all. However, I had discovered a lump in my breast and was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Yeah.
It was stage
Mm.
2, and it also had spread to my lymph nodes in my armpits.
Mm.
So I was scared, but it was somewhat of an outer body experience
Yes, I can
because
imagine.
I felt that in order for me to understand and listen, I needed to kind of treat it as a project and not take on the emotion that I knew would overtake everything else. So it was a tough time, and I know that my practice helped me navigate that
Mm.
in many ways.
Right. Do you remember what I said to you when TR came to me and told me, and I said, do you remember the statement what we talked about?
I believe you said you can do this, something like that. You
And
probably remember better.
right, what I said to her, what is this teaching you?
There it is.
What every illness, everything that you go through life is teaching you some form of healing your body. Can you enlighten us about what you learned through your your journey?
Sure. What I have learned is that once you accept that this hasn't happened to you, it happens for you.
Yeah, this is the hardest thing for us, for myself to,
Mm-hmm.
and that 5 years later you understand why this happened. So let me ask you this question: this TR right now sitting,
Mm-hmm.
what would you tell the TR 5 years ago if you could go back in time and hold her hand, what would you say to her?
I would tell her that this too can be overcome.
Mm.
You don't have to lose yourself. There were a lot of layers, as a woman and breast
Like that
cancer.
word, layers.
Hmm.
Yes, we have layer. We wear layers. Can you
Hmm.
talk about the layers?
Well, I've always felt that once you are no longer your parents' child,
Mm.
you take on all of these identities,
Mm-hmm.
your professional identity, your home identity, your mother, wife, sister, aunt, cousin, friend, all those labels. But at the time when the illness came, I had to remember that I needed to be taken care of. I had to take care of myself.
That's the
And
biggest thing. We as
mm,
women, and I'm sure all of us, can say that we take care of our family. Of course, we love our family, but you have to take time out for you any which way you can.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
And it was time. I think what I learned
Mm.
from the challenge, and a nurse specifically told me, because I think when we were scheduling my treatments,
Mm-hmm.
I started pulling out my work calendar, and I was like, well, I have a meeting at this time, and this nurse I'll never forget.
Okay. What did the nurse say to you, Tiarre? What did she say to you?
The nurse said, honey, this is not going to work on that. This is your priority. You are the priority.
You are the priority.
Yeah. And I said, okay, that woke me up. And so
So
I made
right
my
now,
treatments the
Tiarre, what I
priority.
like you to do
Hmm.
is close your eyes, take a breath in, and send that message to TR 5 years ago because she's still inside you. And then say, what the nurse told you, you are the priority. Again, take a breath in, take a breath out, and relax. Good. Tell that woman she's good. All right, we have to do that time to time, guys, to go back and tell our inner self that you're the priority. You're the priority. So, what change have you seen in yourself now that you're a cancer survivor and you're here? What changes have you seen yourself with yoga and so on?
Well,
Do
I
you feel
know
calmer? What do you feel?
I know I feel calmer. I feel more confident in saying no to things
Yeah.
that I thought that I had to always continue to go, go, go. I feel as though I pay more attention to, my family right around me.
Mm.
I appreciate the noise. I appreciate
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she appreciates the noise. She was like,
I
yeah.
appreciate the noise. I appreciate the, you know, sometimes chaos, that raising young men brings, because I know that that time is precious.
Yes.
You've taught me on various yoga retreats to appreciate the warmth of the sun,
Mm.
appreciate the feeling of the grass on your feet, appreciate the wind that just blew by, appreciate the trees moving in the wind.
Mm.
Previously, I think I was too busy to stop and notice. I knew it was there. It's supposed to happen. It's part of the world. Now I know why.
Mm.
I appreciate the rain.
Mm.
I appreciate a cloudy day. Not my favorite day, but
Yeah.
I appreciate a cloudy day that I'm not so hot, you know. So I think that's what the last few years have taught me, and
Yes.
to pursue my dreams. I don't have to. There's no reason to check everyone else's box
Yes.
about me.
Mm.
What is it that I enjoy and what makes me feel fulfilled?
Thank you. So, what advice would you give someone who feels that they're too busy to do yoga or they're not flexible, and then going through transition as you did? What would you give that one? What would you say to her? Like the nurse gave you the advice.
Right, right. That the 1 hour, a week, or the 1 hour class will reap dividends. if you invest that time in yourself, in your well-being, in your ability to become mindful and transport your thoughts to a place that you can find happiness and calm. And I would hope that even in the middle of a very, high stress career, a big
Right.
family, illnesses, all those things, to just be able to stop and be, that is invaluable. And it'll help in many different situations if you are able to do that. And yoga helped me get to that point.
Yeah. So, as you know, that she's retired, and now she's doing her purpose, what she loves to do. Share us about your journey to your new. Now, I mean, she's retired. Now she's doing a new career. What is it?
Yes, so I would consider myself an educator. So, for one, I'm doing my passion, wine. My husband gave me this shirt.
Yeah, you said wear that shirt.
I'm wearing the shirt. So I like to educate others about wine, not just the science behind it, but also the culture and the passion that the winemakers and these producers put into this.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to just the great chemistry and science behind winemaking and how to pair it with foods and things, and it helps people have a good experience. I've never found any winery or wine event that I've gone to where people are hesitant to talk. I think wine is a great cultural meeting place. It
Mm-hmm.
allows for people to have conversation
Mm-hmm.
and learn about each other as well as talk about the product, the wine. But that education piece, I think, came from previous. Little Tiarre wanted to be a teacher, and
Little
now I get to
Tiarre. I like to see
right.
the little Tiarre.
Little Tiarre wanted to be a teacher and didn't really
Mm-hmm.
follow that dream, but I now will also be an adjunct professor at George Mason
Oh
teaching.
yeah, she's doing that as well. And what in February you're coming
This
up
semester,
this
yeah,
semester?
yeah, this fall semester. So I'll be teaching.
You're educator.
Yes, then I'm like a real educator, but I get to teach them all the things I learned over those years as a military member, as an intelligence professional, as a government employee, understanding how our nation's national security works.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I get to share that with them so that they can be excited and move through, their social, or let me say their service commitments, or their dreams.
One of another question. Now, what advice would you give to a man or woman who are retiring and they don't know what to do? Basically, I'll let you tell the story about how she was retiring and she did something here and something there until something clicked for you.
Right. Good question. I would say when you're transitioning to retirement, remember that all the things and all the time that you had given to that first career makes you makes you who you are, but it's not your full identity. What is the passion or the things that you did not have time for previously that you could possibly
Yeah.
explore? And I tried a couple of things. I shared with you that I had been wanting to work for Total Wine forever, and I finally got the opportunity, and I started working there, and I realized that it wasn't for me.
Yeah, she did some dabbling until she
Mm-hmm.
found what made her feel good about what she wanted to do. So
Mm-hmm.
when you're retiring, take a couple months off just to relax, and then something will inspire you. Whatever you are passionate about, it will surface up. And I want you to complete this sentence.
Okay.
Yoga has taught me.
To just be,
Hmm.
be in the moment.
Yes, you were talking about the trees, walking in the wind, and
Mm-hmm.
walking on the grass. And that's what we do in our yoga retreat, just to reconnect and resurface ourselves
Mm-hmm.
there. Now, where can our viewers find you?
So I now have an LLC called Live2Sip, Drink Smart, Sip Happy. You
Love
can
it.
find me on Instagram at Live2Sip. You can find me on the web at live2sip LLC, or you can email me at live2sip@gmail.com.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Today's
you, Aaliyah.
tea, yes, today's tea is sacral. This is our solar plexus area that we chose today, and this will help you to get rid of anything that blocks in your. This is like letting go of the guilt in your body. So happy cheers to
Cheers.
you.
Thank you.
All right, my viewers, love and light to you. Thank you for viewing me, and we'll keep interesting. We'll keep going, and talk to you soon. All right, take care.